when you go from an EC3 to an Al Snow,
Yeah.
you know how many people are saying, if only I had that, if only I said this, if only I said that. Bro, if you didn't, for whatever reason, you lack the confidence in yourself.
Say if he did beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, where did he go from there as far as being a heel, though?
Well, see, bro, that is the thing, that they had the two perfect guys with him. Bro, you know how long you could have went before he even got involved in a match?
Yeah.
You know, if he was this, mystical dark leader, and he built a cult following around him. Bro, Taker could have been like the first guy he literally ever even had a match with.
Yeah.
So, and bro, that's the thing too. You got to keep in mind, man, if you go back to history, I remember seeing Taker for the first time. Bro, early on, every time Taker wrestled, it was special. Taker wasn't one of these guys that just came out and wrestled every week.
Right.
That's the way this guy should have been built. He should have been a special attraction. Special, bro, not like everybody else. But they, like I said, bro, I'm sure it was political, because you can't miss that badly. It had to be something political.
Well, I think that what it really boils down to, and we also saw this with Malachi Black, then Aleister Black, is that there's certain people who are so creative up here, that they can combat with the creative team. Like, but what about if I go here? But what about if I do this? And it seems like that is like a no-no to, like,
bro. It's not even the creative team. It's Mumbles McMahon. And bro, let's be honest. Mumbles is doing pre-tapes around the pencil. So when you've got a Bray Wyatt sitting across from Mumbles with this story that will just, it's beyond Vince, bro. Vince doesn't understand anything with layers, bro. I'm telling you, it's got to be very, very basic. So when you have a guy that thinks like Bray, and all of a sudden, bro, it's the Raven effect. When you're a guy that thinks like Raven, and you're sitting across from a wrestling promoter, I'm being honest, bro. He's not gonna get the level of just layers and sophistication and storytelling. He's just not going to get it, bro.
So I know back in the Attitude Era, the pitching things were a lot more personal, but because there's a creative wall, though, and with a lot of the talent, that it's kind of shielding someone from actually having the opportunity to really sit down and have a good conversation with McMahon. Because a lot of times what he does, he looks at the list, he vetoes it and kind of rewrites something on the 11th hour. So all of that really hurts someone's character, for one. And a lot of this stuff, especially the guys from NXT and stuff, he don't even really know who they are. You know what I mean? And so do you think that having that creative team wall of, like, a couple dozen writers almost, do you think that really hurts someone's character just ultimately?
Bro, let me tell you something, man. And I can't, bro, I do shows with many people. And I got to tell you, bro, within the last 2 days, here is the scope of the span. I literally had EC3 tell me I should have spoke up more. I should have said more. Today, I had Al Snow tell me I should have made it a point to get closer to Vince, to have more conversations with Vince. Bro, let me tell you something. During the day at television, okay, Vince goes to the coffee urn to get his coffee. Bro, there are plenty of time you have to approach Vince. Now, people are, there's this mystique, and, that people are literally afraid of him. So they'll make up 100,000 excuses, bro, to never approach Vince. Bro, I say this all the time, man. When Brian James was doing nothing, nothing, every TV, I would walk into the arena and he would be waiting there for me. Vince, you gotta write something for me. Vince, I could do this. Vince, every single week. And what that did, Chris, was when I sat down to write, Brian James is in the back of my head, like he's in there, because I know at the next TV he's going to approach me again. Bro, it's the same effect with Vince McMahon. If you've got the gonads to approach him, regardless of what he says and how you may think that conversation went, bro, he is going to respect you for, breaking through all barriers and having a conversation with him. And that is going to stick in the back of his mind. So the boys and the women, bro, they're their own worst enemies. At the end of the day, Vince McMahon is a wrestling promoter and he's a human being, and he's right there for you to go up to and have a conversation with.
Do people think that that could risk them actually getting depushed or not getting or getting like jobbed out or something like that because they had the grapefruit, so to speak, to be able to approach him?
Bro, all I know is I came to a point in my career with Vince McMahon where there was a meeting and I was either getting fired or I was going to the next level. It's that simple, bro. My salary was either going to be quadrupled or I was going to be fired. Here's the difference, Chris. The confidence I had in myself.
Yeah.
I 1000% was convinced, bro, if you want to fire me, go ahead and fire me because it's going to be your loss.
Yeah.
And I had enough confidence in myself, Chris, to know I was going to land someplace else with somebody that appreciated me. That's all confidence, bro. So if you have the confidence in yourself and you really believe you're all that, then guess what, man? If the man fires you, bro, it's the man's loss. It's not your loss. If you're trepidatious and you're afraid that you might be fired, guess what, bro? You probably should be fired. If you're afraid of being fired, then there's something about yourself as the reason why I was not afraid at all because I knew what I could do for him. And I was honestly, bro, you want to fire me? Go ahead and fire me. It's going to be your loss.
It's interesting because I just had this conversation with someone about assets versus liabilities, right? So it's like in your job, look, either you're an asset or you're a liability, right? Now, if you're confident in your skill set, you will walk in your job and you will operate in your job as if you're an asset.
Yes.
They need you. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that you're not just collecting a paycheck. You're an asset. They need you. If they lost you, it would be a major loss that they're not willing to do. Chris, they can't replace somebody else. They can't replace you with someone else. I think the thing is with liabilities, there's a lot of people who enter in the WWE thinking that they're going to be an asset. Oh, I got all these ideas. But I think they get so afraid when they're in that coffee urn or what somebody else said, they become a liability in their own minds. And if you're a liability at work in your own mind, other people will look at you like a liability.
Yeah, Chris, I got to be honest with you. I recently had an exchange with Vince McMahon. And, I'm just about to get into the email exchange over on, Patreon. And once I do, I can get into it more here. But I will tell you this, okay? With our history at my age and at his age, I will give you this much. Bro, he wanted me to do certain things. And I was like, no, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Now, Chris, I'm telling you, while I'm saying to him, no, I'm not doing that, I know what his response is going to be because, what? You're not going to do what you're not going to jump through who, but I'm sitting there saying, bro, I'm not going to do that. So we're cool and your ratings will continue to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, bro, it's like, it's that simple. Like those are the facts.
Yep.
So, like I said, man, it's funny. Like when you go from an EC3 to an Al Snow, you know how many people are saying, if only I had that, if only I said this, if only I said that, bro, if you didn't, for whatever reason, you lack the confidence in yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I think the biggest takeaways for the wrestlers who listen and look at this particular episode of Writing with Russo is, listen, either you're going to go in that arena every day as if you're an asset or a liability. And if you walk in that arena thinking that you're a liability, guess what? Everybody else is too.
And you probably are.
And you probably are.
You probably are, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you're a liability, you're expendable. And so it's one of those things. You gotta work on that confidence. Ladies and gents in the WWE arena, in the WWE roster. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of WWE roster, this guy used to be the head writer of the WWE roster, Vince Russo. I used to be the head writer of my own thing, whatever that thing is. Dr. Chris Featherstone. This is Writing with Russo.